Alright, what we're doing today is we're going to try to put a differential in a, I'll show you the truck, 89 F150, 4-wheel drive, happens to be my son's truck. We're putting this right here in it. Ring gear bolts here. All this housing's gotten messed up through the years and wore it out on the inside, so we're going to put a new one in it. We happen to have the Ford service manuals, and so I will show you on another camera how I don't have my tripod, but I'll have to show you how I kind of rigged up and I have my tripod on the mount. To do this, you have to take this is your front drive shaft. He took this out because he did some work on the front end as well. He had to pull a flywheel ring gear in it. But you have to take the rear drive shaft out. You got to take the tires off. So we already got the tires off now. And he's going to have to take the back cover off and pull at least the ring gear out. The pinion can stay in there. We're using the same ring gear. If you was to pull the ring, put a new ring gear in it, you need to put a match set in so they'll work together right, or you'll have a lot of problems. So here's his ring gear here. He's already put this in here, and it got kind of chewed up a little bit. They're pulling the drums off. I don't know if you can see it. We do forklift stuff, so, but we're working on tight spots here. We have to pull these out. These will have to come out, and we'll pull them out. There should be some keepers on the inside, and they'll pull them out. It's unlike the Ford 9-inch. You could just pull the mounting plate off of the axle out here and just pull the whole thing out, just without even pulling the hog head and stuff out. But so we're going to go to the GoPro and see if we can get some good footage up under here. Try to give you step by step what we need to do. All right, here we go. I'm gonna climb under here, and I'm gonna take the housing bolts loose. I'll try to carry this camera under here, see how it works. Get on my little creeper here. Get my old self down here. He's having to adjust the brakes out. The drum's got some wear on it. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's see if we can shed some light on the subject. Oh. About to get it. So we're gonna take these off. We'll try to. Wrong size. Just throwing sockets up. There you go. Might need something bigger. Not for that one.
No, hand tight.
That one ain't hand tight. A few of them ain't hand tight. It's alright. We got a little wrench here. Oh! I didn't need that elbow. Alright, so now we're going to continue to move these things out with something more aggressive. And you just take this case and you pry it off. Try not to bend it.
Got a lot of RTV on it. a good prying point.
Here it goes. Oh. Is that my phone? Well, I can hear somebody else's phone. I'm on an acre lot here. I can hear somebody else's phone ringing. All right, now this is where we got the good stuff up in here. I'm gonna wipe my hands off.
Yeah, what do we got?
I'll kind of show you some stuff up in here. And my phone ringing again. All right, now you see up in here. That's this piece right here is what I showed you sitting on the table over there. We got to take all this off. This ring gear here's got to come off of that. We have to take these are the retainers, the bearing retainer, the hog head retainers. We take these bolts out. They have to be torqued back to a certain spec once we get them going. And I think this here, if I remember correctly, has something to do with the ABS.
Oh, something like that.
It's either the ABS or it has to
Traction lock.
Yeah, either that traction lock, something.
It tells it if it's locking in. Supposed to.
Either way, we're fixing to take all this out. We'll need to. It'll be a little loud because we'll have to get an impact in here. And take this out. But you can see all as he rolls it around.
Have to take that
this right here out.
Yep.
See the play in it. And they just. Let me shine the light up in there while you wiggle it.
Slam wore out.
Gear oil stinks if you don't. You can't smell it through the camera, so. Let's see. All right. See, it's got too much play in it, and what's wrong is this housing here is wore out, not letting it. You can't even shim it.
You can see it right there.
So that's the pin. There's a pin that goes there called a cross pin, and it's just got a lot of play in it. The truck's 89, so you figure out the math of how old it is. It's yeah, you can hear it. So we're gonna be taking that out in just a minute. I'll get the camera set up, and we'll go ahead and be taking this thing out. The gear looks really good. You can see the wear on the gear, how it's wearing really well. And even if you look at the other side of the gear, it's set up right. So when we pull this out, we're not going to mess with the pinion depth or this. This I don't believe this one has. It just sits in there. Some of the other ones have a cradle, and then they have a keyway where you turn it and you shift the ring gear back and forth to get a depth. But this one's all set by the pinion depth, so that we won't have to mess with that at this point. So we're going to go on and get the other tools in here and go ahead and get this thing apart. See that? Well, I got to get real close to see this. See all that play in there? That's not supposed to be like that. And when you put it in forward, from forward to reverse, then you get a lot of thump, thump, where there's a lot of play in the differential, and it's not in the ring and pinion. It feels like it, but it's not. It's in this. After we've done some research, it's in this. So we're going to replace all that in there. He bought a new piece for it. I showed you earlier. Let's get the other tools out. We got to pull this little clip here out, and then we got to pull these little clips. We'll show you there's other clips inside of there that allow you to pull the axle out, so we can pull all this out. We'll show you that out in detail in a minute.
This works here.
All right, we got to take that. This might come flying out and break my camera, but
it shouldn't.
This is a lock bolt that holds this pin in, and
I'm the last person that had this thing apart too.
Okay, there it goes. You can see we're taking this pin. You'll see it when we get it out. It goes all the way through this pin, holds it in place. Pin back in there so you make sure you keep up with it. Whoop. Yeah, don't let. Can you push her on out? You got it?
Yeah.
All right, pull the pin out.
I don't care about these, so they can go on the floor.
Just don't let them splash in there too much. Let me get. Oh, here, hold on.
What?
Gotta keep it from splashing. There's that pin or that spring we're talking about. It's gotta come out. Working on vehicles is fun till you have to do it.
Ta-da! Didn't have too much stuff on it, did it? Alright, is this a cap or is this a whole race?
That's the race.
Okay.
And then this is a shim on this side. Okay. Alright, go ahead, I'll get this side.
Alright, so that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be.
When you take these out, if you don't know which is top and which is the bottom, which it doesn't say, you need to put them back on the same way you took them off.
This is the top of mine over here.
And the way I've looked at this one is the writing is from the bottom to the top. So I'll remember when I put it back on, and then we'll be good to go.
Alright, let it go.
Alright, so we got to take these bolts out. This is kind of dirty. Spray a little bit with this brake cleaner. You can see how dirty this oil and stuff gets up in here.
Soaks into the metal.
So we'll clean it up real good before we put it back in so it doesn't contaminate the oil. We got to take these off. So we usually we try to use electric impact. If we can use a real one somewhere, we will.
And some of these do have left-hand threads on them.
I know General Motors has left-hand threads. If you got a strong impact, you'll strip them all out. I know because I did it. We'll pull this out. When you put these back together, we'll put Loctite on them so they don't back up. And then you torque them. You should be able to stand it up that way and tap with a rubber hammer here.
Got a rubber hammer handy?
Maybe. It should just drop out if I know correct, like the outside. No. You got to be careful because this is real hard metal, and it will chip off really quickly. So you got to be careful when you beating on it. You can't just beat on it with anything. This has got to come off this ring, and everything goes that way. There she goes. Yeah, put them up. We're gonna look and make sure everything matches up. Looks like everything matches up from what we can see. This has got a timing mark on it too. See it? It's got to go in that slot. See that? So when you put it back on, clean that thing up good.
This?
Yeah, clean that. We're gonna clean the parts up, and then we'll get back with the installation.
back it out, clean these holes out, and go ahead and put my Loctite on it and torque it down. Alright, at this point, I'm going to set my torque wrench. I have my ring gear bolts all in and drawn down with Loctite on them. Ford Motor Company recommends you Loctite them. Alright. They also recommend that they be torqued down to 95 to 115 foot-pounds. So I'm going to start off with about 75, get them all 75, then I'm going to draw them all down to about 100. Let's see, 75, lock it in. I'm going to use a crossing pattern. Alright, I'm going to go all the way across to this one. Let's see. Now we're going to crank it up to 100 foot-pounds. And just do the same thing, use a crossing pattern. Be sure you get a nice even torque on these bolts. Alright, now I'm going to go around and double check them all. Just to be sure they're all torqued to 100 foot-pounds. Alright, now our ring gear is correctly torqued down to our carrier housing. Put these spacers in here, get them out the way. Usually if it has a little bit of oil on it, it'll stick in there and not fall out. Be sure you don't ding the ring gear or destroy it. And there it goes. And just for safety, I'll go ahead and put this on here, but not tighten it down yet. Don't want this sucker to fall out. Alright, so I have something, some kind of polymer, but it ain't going to destroy the middle. That should be fully in place. It's not all the way, but this will blow it in the rest of the way. Supposedly. Go ahead and draw these bolts in. Alright, so these are nice tight. Be sure you still have free movement. Alright, that's moving nice and free. Go ahead and torque them down. And just like the other bolts, Ford recommends 95 to 100 foot-pounds. So, you get your torque wrench up. I'll go ahead and set this one up like I did the other one, 75. Then I'm going to run it to 100. Alright. Alright. Now I'm going to run down to 100 foot-pounds. Alright, so double check everything's torqued down correctly. Alright, now it's time to put our axles in. As you can see, got everything in, torqued down. Now it's time to get the axles. Alright, got the axles in. I don't know if you can see this. The axle locks, they're in there. Everything's locked down. Everything's torqued down. Now it's time to seal this thing up and put the proper fluid in it.
Alright, so we finished up the 97. The 89 F150. Put it all back together. Everything works good. I want to tell you some stuff that we had to put in it. The differential locker assembly was bought at Summit, and it was a remanufactured one. Not sure the price, but I will tag Summit into the links below. Whenever you install one, you need to make sure that you put this limited slip differential friction modifier, and it helps to break in there's clutch disc in there, and it helps to break them in. And but if you have any questions, please comment below and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great and blessed day, and we'll see you soon.